A bloody broad daylight murder in London is now being investigated as an act of terrorism. Two men were witnessed brutally hacking to death a young man who's thought to have been an off-duty soldier. It happened in Woolwich in the southeast of the capital. Live to our London correspondent now, Sarah Firth. Sarah, witnesses have described harrowing scenes. What are you hearing?
Well, a truly horrific picture being built up of what took place earlier on today in South London, where a man was attacked by two other men. A local MP believes that man to be a serving soldier, and it's thought that he was wearing a Help for Heroes T-shirt at the time he was attacked. But the eyewitness accounts, truly horrifying, very grisly details coming out from that of the two men hacking at the victim with a knife and then waiting for passers-by and bystanders, horrified bystanders, to take pictures of them. Now, it's also alleged that at the time that they were coming out with statements in Arabic, Allahu Akbar, God is great. And it's also thought that they said at one point, Almighty Allah, we will never stop fighting. So a lot of concern at the moment, I think, that the picture certainly being built up is that this is a terror-related incident. Certainly it's had a response from the highest levels of government, and the Prime Minister is expected to give a talk imminently in France, where he was supposed to hold a meeting with President Hollande. It's now believed that he'll be returning to London in the morning. And of course at the moment as well, here in London, you've got the emergency government Cobra meeting underway at this moment.
Now, we know that the details are still sketchy and you're still gathering information too, but what could have motivated these two men? Do we know by now?
Well, it's hard at this point to sort of speculate, not speculate unhelpfully. And of course, I think everyone at this moment is being very, very cautious as we're waiting for more information to come in. But certainly the response that we've seen from government points to this being treated as a terror-related incident, and a very serious one at that. You certainly, if this were being treated simply as a violent attack, you wouldn't, for example, have the Prime Minister coming back to the United Kingdom and delaying his meeting. You wouldn't have that type of response. And as we said, we've got that emergency government Cobra meeting underway at the moment, and then the details that are emerging, none of which have been confirmed at the moment, but it appears that in video footage, as we said, the men had those Arabic chants, the Islamic chants, and so certainly I think a feeling that perhaps this could be some Islamist-related attack, but certainly that's the picture being built up. But I think everyone waiting for that information to come in, and that's what the minister's meeting at the moment, the Home Secretary leading that Cobra meeting. They're going to be looking now at all the intelligence surrounding this to try and build up a clearer picture of exactly what we're dealing with.
Sarah Firth, they're just giving us a picture of this harrowing story that just came out right now. Obviously, we'll be keeping up to date with you with details as you get them from London.
Hello everybody, Wild Bill for America here, dodging a nice warm Florida rain shower. Well, today I'm going to tell you about Mr. Alsay. He's a man who immigrated from Iraq to the United States. He's a man with a good heart, a sense of justice, and a poet. He's also a Muslim. So when he wrote a poem in support of the Jewish people, he violated the universal Islamic belief that the Jews are to be hated and attacked at every opportunity. His fellow Muslims called Mr. Alsay an infidel and a traitor to Islam. But living in America, he didn't take their threats seriously. He should have. In broad daylight, on a street in St. Louis, Missouri, two cars forced Mr. Alsay's car to a stop, and the gang of Muslims forced their way into his car, pulled his shirt off, and used a butcher knife to carve a Star of David into his back. While mutilating him, they mockingly read his poem to him. Well, Islamic street justice has come to America.
Now, police in the UK have arrested two men who are said to be part of a vigilante group calling themselves the Muslim Patrol. Clips posted on YouTube show the youths walking around East London confronting people and telling them to obey Sharia law. Muslim organisations in the area have condemned their actions, but as Sarah Firth reports, anger continues to simmer.
An Islamic vigilante group, that's what they call themselves, a small number of people who were going up to members of the public in areas of London and confronting them, saying that they were implementing Sharia law and that this was a Muslim area, and they were demanding people throw away their alcohol. They were insulting to women, telling them to cover up. And this got uploaded onto YouTube. Tens of thousands of people saw it. The original video got removed once the police investigation started, but once again, you know, that goes around, so it's still on YouTube right now, and again, tens of thousands of hits. One of the people in the video said that this is the UK, it's not a Muslim area, there's no Sharia law. But obviously, we've seen that this is a debate that really does inflame tensions and causes a lot of controversy. I think the Muslim community across the UK really have come out to condemn what this small group's done and to try and distance themselves from it. The East London mosque saying that it was designed to stoke up tension, so that there's very much an emphasis on distancing themselves from that type of behaviour. But certainly this is part of a wider debate, in the area of London where the police think that this video was filmed in East London is an area that's seen this argument come up a number of times over the past couple of years, with fundamentalist groups in these areas making a lot of noise about wanting Sharia law implemented. And it is a very touchy subject for a lot of people, as we said, very threatening behaviour in those videos.
Artist Sarah Firth reporting right there.
Sister.